What is up, everybody? It's BK. Just by myself at my lonesome. Just kidding. We got BK, Cam, and Chris Under Pressure, where we take topics and we go under pressure, whether it's football, basketball, eventually baseball, I'm sure. But today we're doing college football talk and NFL talk. We're going to talk all about it. Just to give you a little familiarity with myself, I like and love the New Orleans Saints. I like and love the North Carolina Tar Heels in college in terms of that. For NBA, San Antonio Spurs. For baseball, Atlanta Braves. Those are my teams, but don't worry about me. I'm just kind of here to decide. I'm the Joyce of this show in terms of comparing it to Undisputed on Fox. We got Cam over here. What's up?
AKA Skip Bayless. Just want to let you know one time.
Okay.
So, being AKA Skip Bayless, gotta love my Dallas Cowboys for football,
Yeah.
And for baseball, we got the Los Angeles next year's World Series champions, LA Dodgers.
You Darvish, though. How about that?
He's gonna die. And then we got NC State for college.
Okay. And now we're going to move on to the most interesting person in this group, arguably, Chris Major.
So, I like and am very passionate about the North Carolina Tar Heels, the defending national champions, the Carolina Panthers, and the Charlotte Hornets, the 2018 NBA champions.
0-24. Just remember that, Chris. Know what that means, Chris? The record of Kimba when he plays LeBron.
Oh, guys.
0-24.
0-24. Remember that, boys. Remember that number. But today we're not going to be doing any NBA talk. I'm sure we'll do that in the future and talk about Kemba Walker. We're going to be talking about NFL, college football. Like I said, we got some really cool topics up for debate here today. If you want to skip to a certain topic, we're going to have timestamps in the description box below, so you can click on that and skip right to whatever topic you want to hear about. Or if you want to listen to the whole show, that would be greatly appreciated. But we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. And, this is our first episode, so I'm sure the quality will improve as we go along. But this is our first testing it out and see what you guys think about, and we hope you all enjoy it. And just in case you haven't noticed already, we are from the state of North Carolina, so a lot of stuff that we say might just be slang for North Carolina stuff, and people that we know we're going to reference a lot in these videos. So you'll get to know them time by time. We do the podcast under pressure. All right, guys, so college football playoffs. Cam, give us our rankings. Just tell us what's going on.
You know what? After this week, nothing really bad happened because everyone played a bad team. So, after this week, I have it as Bama won. They're pretty good. They're probably like the best team, but they never play anyone good on the road. That's iffy for me. Number 2, I have Miami, but yet they're the same as Bama. They don't play anyone good on the road.
Very true.
So being at a neutral site during the playoff might be iffy for me because you never know how they're going to be. After almost losing to Carolina. And then 3, I was debating over Oklahoma being 2 or 3, but since Miami is undefeated...
I'm going to have to interrupt you for a second, Cameron. The rankings just came out.
Oh,
it did they?
Enlighten us, Chris.
Enlighten us, Chris.
Okay, so the rankings have just come out. We have Alabama at number 1, the U at number 2, Clemson at number 3, and Baker Mayfield's Oklahoma Sooners at number 4.
Well, I'm going to have to debate about that, okay? Oklahoma should at least be number 3, because here's why. Oklahoma, okay, they lost to a very good Iowa State team. He was ranked for a couple weeks after beating Oklahoma and TCU, I believe. And Oklahoma, when they played Iowa State, had 4 starters out who they highly depend on. And plus, Oklahoma went to Ohio State, had the balls to travel there, and beat them by like 20-something. So that's very impressive to me. And they also beat TCU. And Clemson, they lost to a Syracuse team. He was god-awful. And everyone's excuse...
That was Friday the 13th. Anything can happen on that.
Well, everyone's excuse was, oh, they lost Kelly Bryant. Boo-hoo, Kelly Bryant has a sprained ankle. Get over it. And plus, they're overrated, and they don't have any good wins. Except for maybe NC State.
Okay, now, NC State's not that great of a win. Let's be honest, as two Carolina fans.
I'll agree to you that it was not great of a win.
I mean, if you watch, the way that game went down, I don't say that was that great of a win.
Yeah. If you watched that game, it wasn't that great of a win.
Yes. Now, Chris, is there anything you want to get off your chest about the college football rankings right now?
To be honest with you, I'm completely satisfied with how everything worked out today. Alabama 1, Miami 2, Clemson 3, Oklahoma 4. If anything, Wisconsin should have been 4 instead of Oklahoma. But, I do have an issue with them putting Virginia Tech at number 25 in the nation. I don't feel Virginia Tech should be ranked. But, it is what it is. I'm happy that NC State is no longer ranked. That's a giant relief for me.
Now,
we do have four losses, so, what do you expect?
Now, here's something interesting, guys. We have a couple teams that are on the bubble and on the border of getting in, and we got the conference games that are going to be coming up really, really soon. The conference championships. We've got
we know
a very, very interesting matchup between Miami and Clemson. Is it possible that with either teams losing in that matchup, that Wisconsin or an Ohio State team sneaks in there?
It depends on how the ACC championship game plays out. If it's a close game that comes down to the end of the fourth quarter, I believe that the winner of a close ACC championship game will be number 1, and the loser will be number 4.
Really? So
I'll have to disagree with you on that. Because I believe that Ohio State will get that 4 seed at the end of the day. After everything goes down.
So you're telling me there's going to be a 2-loss team? We're almost in December, and you're telling me a team ranked number 9 with already 2 losses will be in the top 4 in the last rankings?
Because they're going to win out, and they're going to beat a Michigan team this week, and they're going to beat who they play. I think Michigan. I forgot who they play in the conference, or I think Wisconsin. They're going to beat Wisconsin, I believe. And I believe that the loser of the ACC tournament or championship will be knocked out.
The loser.
That gives
Now.
Yes, and Ohio State will have a nice road to victory into the playoffs.
Okay, so the NFL Week 11 is in the books, and Thursday Night Football was headlined by Pittsburgh going up against Tennessee. Pittsburgh secured a victory. We had Jacksonville taking on Cleveland. Jacksonville got the W there. Tampa Bay defeated Miami. Baltimore defeated Green Bay. And then, wait, excuse me, I believe Green Bay beat Baltimore. Am I right? Is that?
No, you're Green Bay completely wrong.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, see, you know what? Let's somebody else read this because I don't need to read it if I got it wrong.
So, the Lions stole a win by a field goal from the Chicago Bears and UNC product Mitchell Trubisky.
Hold on, guys. We gotta say it. 3, 2, 1. The Bears. Well, we're a little off on the timing, but anyways, keep going.
The Browns are still winless.
Okay.
The Packers were shut out in Lambeau. The Texans won a crap fest over the Cardinals by 10. Buccaneers won their in-state rivalry. One of the most interesting games of the week in Minnesota and Los Angeles. The Vikings came away with a sound victory there. Somehow, the Chiefs lose to Eli Manning and the Giants. Unfortunately, the Saints had a comeback victory versus the Redskins.
Okay, you can stop that.
And
the Raggedy Panthers.
The Buffalo Bills stayed in the locker room not only for the national anthem, but for the whole game, except for their quarterback, except for Nathan Peterman. He came out there and threw the ball to the Chargers the whole first half.
He played for the Chargers, actually. Nathan Peterman played for the Chargers.
No, he doesn't. He plays for the Bills.
Are you sure about that?
I think they traded him.
I think they traded him.
The Cincinnati Bengals won in Denver. The Patriots blew out the Raiders in Mexico City, a game that was not really close, 33-8.
Espinoza had something to do with that easily.
My favorite game of the week was Sunday Night Football, when the Cowboys were embarrassed by the Philadelphia Eagles.
I wouldn't say embarrassed, because I would bet my life that we would have lost that game.
Okay, well,
because we didn't have C.Q. Elliott, Tyron Smith, or Sean Lee.
Well, maybe your players stop beating women. Anyways, the Falcons snuck into Seattle with a victory by 3. And the biggest win of the entire week was the Panthers winning the bye week with the return of Greg Olsen and Ryan Khalil. Back to full strength just about, except for wide receiver who unfortunately broke his ankle against the Dolphins. But, time rolls on. We've got our best receiver in Greg Olsen back, and one of our best offensive linemen in Ryan Khalil. So, we're back.
Let me stop you right there, Chris. Calling it down. Mark my words. The New York Jets will defeat the Carolina Panthers Sunday afternoon.
Well, that may happen. I doubt it, but what is more probable is that the Dallas Cowboys will once again lose on Thanksgiving. This time it'll be to the Chargers.
Okay, guys, we're just doing a recap of NFL Week 11. We got the predictions
Brian,
coming up in the
Help me out, Brian. Help me out.
Okay.
If I remember, last time, you know what? I'm not going to say it, Chris. I'm not going to end your life on the first episode. I'm not going to end your life on the first episode. So we're just.
Do you remember what happened last time the Panthers played the Cowboys?
We had to injure Tony Romo, and
it was Thanksgiving, and Luke Kuechly made Tony Romo look like an absolute idiot.
Chris, it was 2015, and that same year we were bad. Y'all had the second easiest schedule, and y'all were claimed the best team in the league, and lost to the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
That's painful. Next question.
Des Bryant did not catch that ball.
It has nothing to do about the Panthers' schedule by last check.
We don't control the schedule. We control how we perform.
And I think this year y'all have like the top 5 easiest schedule. So
do we though? We had to go to New England and to Detroit. I wouldn't consider that the easiest.
New England, wow, 2 games. 2 games. I think we've had one easy game this year, and that was the 49ers.
I mean, to be fair, guys, Detroit is also. I mean, it's just a dangerous place to be anytime. Even the Citizens, they're playing an away game all the time when they're in Detroit. So,
And we have to play once a year in some of the most difficult places to play, which is Atlanta and.
Wow, the South.
We still have to face the Vikings and the Packers.
That weather inside is so terrible. Oh my gosh.
We hosted the Eagles. So, may not have come out of that game against Philly with a win, but it was a good experience for the team. When we see them again in the NFC Championship game, now we'll know how to beat them.
Okay.
Here's my prediction on the Panthers. They will go final record for the year, 9-7.
Nice.
I believe the only 2 wins will be against the Packers and the Bucks. Everyone else they will lose to.
Interesting.
Including the Falcons and the Saints.
The Saints. The Saints.
The Saints.
Okay, guys.
So you're predicting we lose to the Jets?
I just predicted that, did I not? And I'm going to stick to it.
What a bozo.
What a bozo. All right, well, guys, let's talk about our biggest surprises, winners and losers from this Week 11. First off, the biggest loser to me is Kansas City. I mean, God, Kansas City looked like garbage. I think the whole AFC West is just a division that nobody wants to win. You have the Broncos, who have Brock Osweiler, are just struggling. They are struggling right now. And
you have not heard yet, Paxton Lynch will start this Sunday.
Oh.
For the Broncos.
God bless.
I have a question.
Okay.
Question?
How is Brock
Happy answer.
Osweiler back to the Broncos?
Has he finessed
Tried
the
to ruin
NFL?
Houston's career.
He finessed the
Then he tried to ruin
NFL.
Cleveland's career even further. And now
He
somehow
finessed.
he's wound up back to where he began.
He finessed the NFL, that's why.
He completely finessed the system.
He truly did. But, back to like I said, Kansas City. Losing to New York, a New York Giants team, mind you, that has beaten the Broncos and has beaten Kansas City and are a nice, solid 2-8. Kansas City are 6-4 right now with the Chargers slightly behind them with 4 wins. And I honestly don't know if Kansas City can hold on to this lead in their division. The Raiders don't look legit. They don't look like they have a complete team.
Watch out for the Chargers.
I just believe that the Chargers, who have a great defensive line and have a dynamic offense here and there, especially when Phillip Rivers gets going and he gets rolling, I think that the Los Angeles Chargers can easily take one over on the Kansas City Chiefs. But man, Kansas City Chiefs did not do themselves any favors of impressing me or just looking like a legit team. Even in the playoffs of going forward, they just don't look like a good team at all when they lose to the New York Giants in a very low-scoring game.
I mean, they seem to do this every year, Brian. They'll start out really good. Everyone predicts them being Super Bowl champs, and then they just completely fall. I mean, it seems like we do this every year, if you ask me.
It's very true.
In my opinion, the biggest loser of the week was the Los Angeles Rams.
Really?
How
And the
is
fact that this was a key matchup for
It was.
potential second seed in the NFC. That game could have decided who gets a first-round bye in the NFC playoffs.
Now, Chris, there's one thing we need to address. You have been going around saying that the Rams are not for real. And
That is why.
And why are the Rams not for real? Is it because they're just the LA Rams? What is it going to take for the LA Rams to make themselves legit and real to you?
They will have to make it to the NFC Championship. I don't believe Jared Goff has completely proven himself yet.
Okay.
What are you talking about? He went from
They
a bust to an MVP candidate.
I'm not saying he's a bust, and I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate. He's not at the level that I would expect a quarterback that leads his team to a Super Bowl victory.
Chris, are you blowed? Are you blowed? Their offense averages 35 points a game.
Okay, but they've
That's
got
the
one of the
first
best
in the
running backs in
NFL.
the league. They've got one of the best running backs in the league.
Okay, you tell me Todd Gurley scores all 35 points for him?
He scores a lot of their points.
I mean, this is pretty
Whether
much
it be
like
on
a Dak.
the ground or in the air.
This is like a Dak Prescott, Ezekiel
Ezekiel
Elliott
Elliott.
situation.
This is exactly what the Rams are. They're last
But
year's
here's-
Cowboys. And they're going to
here's-
choke in the playoffs, just like last year's Cowboys.
Okay, we're just gonna forget about that. This is my thing. Okay, you have a good. Todd Gurley is a good running back, and so is Ezekiel Elliott. But without Dak Prescott and Jared Goff, the Rams and the Cowboys will not be where they were, or the Cowboys wouldn't be where they were last year. Because if they had Kellen Moore starting, they would not go 13-30. And the same goes for the Rams. They would not be 8-3 right now.
Incorrect. 7-3.
My bad.
They could be 8-2, but they
Could be.
didn't show up to Minnesota.
Well, any other closing thoughts from anybody for NFL Week 11? I just wanted to
Cameron, is Sean Lee playing Thursday night, Cameron?
I highly doubt it. And here's before the show, you were talking about how Luke Kuechly is better than Sean Lee. This is where I'm going to have to stop you right there. Is Luke Kuechly a better player? Yes, maybe. But Sean Lee is more valuable, and here's why. Sean Lee, when Cowboys with Sean Lee, they allow 4 yards per play. And without him, they allow 5.9 yards per play.
That's not something to be proud of. That shows that you have no depth. There's no other linebackers that know how to take control.
I'm just saying how valuable he is to this team.
Luke Kuechly is extremely valuable to our defense. However, with his concussions, we still understand how to win games without him.
Ooh.
Between Shaq Thompson and Thomas Davis, we have depth at linebackers. Julius Peppers can drop back into a linebacker every now and then. We have depth because we know how to win.
You have to remember, Chris.
The Dallas Cowboys just don't know how to win. Once they lose their left tackle or they lose their linebacker, they completely fall apart. And
we have to remember
why
this,
the
Chris.
Cowboys are fake news.
You have to remember this, Chris. Dallas is the second youngest team in the league. Number 2, whatever. I can't count. Okay. We have probably one of the worst coaching staffs in the league. I'm gonna say the Browns have better coaching than Jason Garrett.
Wow.
I'm gonna say it because if you watch every game of the Cowboys, all he does is spit and clap.
He's trying to boost his team's morale. They're young.
And how's that
down on themselves too easy.
How's that help, Chris?
For every bad situation, there's something good to find.
So if Dak throws a pick 6, what's good about that?
Somebody went out there. I bet you there was somebody out there working their butt off to make the tackle. They may not have made it, but I bet you there was somebody out there who was giving it 100% to get back into play.
But they still scored 6 points on us.
But there was still something good out of the cluster.
Whatever. Well, back to my Sean Lee Luke situation. Okay, with the Panthers with Luke Kuechly, the past 2 years they've been 16-7. Without him, they've been 5-4. Now Sean Lee, with the Dallas Cowboys, he's been 12-3, and without him, including their Sunday's loss, they're 7-9. Now that shows how valuable Sean Lee is to the Cowboys.
I'm not arguing that he's valuable. I'm arguing that Luke Kuechly is better.
I mean, I might agree with you there, no doubt. Because both are injury prone. I mean,
I bet.
All right, boys. Let's move on to a different topic. Bang.
Carolina Panthers Super Bowl 52 champion.
Is Cam Newton elite?
On this show.
Is Cam Newton elite?
Well,
can he take his team to the Super Bowl?
we need to make this really short because we are currently at 30 minutes, but it's okay.
I'm going to make this short and sweet. Cam Newton's already led his team to a Super Bowl. We may not have come out there with a victory, but he led us to a Super Bowl. And he's going to lead us to a Super Bowl victory in February of 2018.
I'll kill yourself, Chris. Let me just point some facts real quick.
Oh boy, here we go with breezes.
You see, the Carolina Panthers, they had a remarkable season playing a very, very easy schedule. But you're right. It's not It's just the luck of the draw sometimes and just how it happens. You have an easier schedule than most. But the Panthers made the NFC Championship game. They won, so props to them. They got their ring, as you would say, and then they got to the Super Bowl, and they fell flat against a fantastic defense because Cam Newton's kryptonite is Von Miller. So,
I am praying will tear his ACL and career will be over.
My God.
Wow.
He intentionally tried to injure Cam Newton on so many different plays and is a dirty player. He is the Vontez Perfect of the Denver Broncos.
How come he's never been suspended for something that Vontez
Because for
has done?
whatever reason, everybody thinks that he's just a golden boy. Well, I am here to spit the truth. And he's
Chris,
not
you're
a golden boy.
Chris, what you just said is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard in my life.
You said Sean Lee was better than Luke Kuechly.
I never said that. I said he's more valuable.
You said it off. You said it in Espinosa's class.
Where's your proof?
Where the people? My brain.
Where the people couldn't hear that? Where the people hearing us can hear that?
They're hearing it right now.
Evidence.
They're hearing it right now.
They're just going to have to show up in Espinosa's class and listen to these debates.
Oh, also, guys, just in case if you're just in the area, Espinosa is the leader of the Peruvian drug cartel, and he needs to be arrested immediately. So I just wanted to point that out there. So if anybody has any contact information of the Drug Enforcement Agency, please call them as soon as possible. But back to Cam Newton being elite. In my personal opinion, I don't think Cam Newton is an elite quarterback. He has his.
I agree with you there.
He has his on and he has his on and off days. He has his. Maybe I'll show up and act like a Super Bowl like quarterback. But then there's some days I'll just act like how I played in the Super Bowl, and that was mediocre and subpar. And Cam Newton will pout and he will bitch and moan and complain. And, it's just the way it is.
Keep it PG. Keep it PG.
Just keep this PG, please. But, Cam may not be the most consistent quarterback, but even on his off
you have to be consistent to be elite,
better
Chris.
Than another half of the league, even on his worst days.
I can name you 16 better quarterbacks than Cam Newton right now.
I'm sure you can, because you're biased.
No, because I have facts right here. Okay, Chris. 2015, we all went 15-1. Cam Newton's completion percentage was 59.8%.
Oh.
Talking about his MVP year? Yeah.
Yes.
Where he threw for 3,300 or 3,800 some yards and 35 touchdowns? Yeah.
Yeah, and
only 10 interceptions? Yeah.
I pulled up an elite quarterback, the name of Tom Brady. And every year, except for his rookie year, I don't think it was his rookie year, but in 2000, when he played, 6 games? Every year, from 2001 to 2017, he has not gone below 60% completion percentage. And Cam Newton has gone 4 times in his career at a 50 completion percentage. That is not elite. And this year, Cam Newton has gone 5 times when he's gone at least below 60% on completion ratage. Just saying. Doesn't sound very elite. I mean, 56% against the 49ers. Really? Is that elite to you?
Cameron, do you know what the story of that game was?
What was the story, Chris?
The story of that game.
Tell me an excuse.
And the story of that game, and this isn't even an excuse. You would be saying the exact same thing if this was Dak. Cam did not take very many preseason snaps.
Okay.
Due to the off-season shoulder surgery. That was Cam's game of, hey, let's get back into the flow of things.
Well, I mean,
and considering we won 23-3, I'd say he got back into the swing of things pretty well.
Well, 171 yards isn't very swinging things, if you ask me. And plus, I have a comparison when y'all played the Falcons earlier this year and when Tom Brady and the Patriots played the Falcons this year. And
whatever you have to show about the Patriots is irrelevant because we've beat the Patriots and the Falcons.
I mean, Tom Brady is an elite quarterback, and we're debating about who's elite. And I'm saying Tom Brady is a defined elite quarterback.
Okay.
I'm just not sure how you can get off calling a former league MVP not elite when he was just the MVP.
You have to be consistent to be elite, Chris.
Okay.
Like,
well,
so are you saying is Ezekiel Elliott elite?
Well, he's only played one full year of football,
You're
so
right,
I mean,
I have a better
winning
question.
women.
Is Dak Prescott an elite quarterback, Cam?
I'll be honest with you, he is not.
Okay.
I mean, number one, he's played on 1 year of football, but will he in the coming future? That's something to debate about, and I think he will be. Give him 4 or 5 years, and I think he'll be.
Does Cam Newton have potential to be an elite quarterback, or is he not capable of being an elite quarterback?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. He does have the capability, but the question is, will he? Will he be? Will he have what it takes? And I don't think he will. I think all his old sword losing and off-field drama will keep him off from being elite.
Talking about him being a sore loser, I'm going to quote him. You show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. That's all there is to it.
Hold on, let me do my best Cam Newton impression real quick after losing to the Broncos.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
Well,
How'd y'all think about that?
I think that you deserve an Oscar.
Would an elite quarterback have run for over 4,000 yards in his career?
Well,
Would an
elite quarterback
have run for 52 touchdowns in his career?
I want to stop you right there.
52 touchdowns.
I want to stop you right there, Chris. You're talking about running, not throwing. Come on. Running, quarterback is not made to run.
You're saying running game isn't part of quarterback's things? Scrambling, that kind of
To
stuff?
be an elite quarterback, no. A quarterback is meant to throw the ball, not run. Now, is it nice to run every once in a while?
So
Yeah.
from now on, you just want Dak, when he's getting ready to be sacked, instead of sprinting out of the pocket and running for the first down, you want him to take the sack. Interesting.
I don't think. I'm just saying that you can't be elite and be a run first type of guy.
Cam's not a run first. He has 24,004 yards passing compared to 4,002 yards rushing. But
Cam Newton could have.
his rushing game has won us games.
Well, I mean,
Already this season, he's run for 436 yards and 4 touchdowns. Just recently, he had a 69-yard run.
Okay, and
Show me Tom Brady having a 69-yard run. Show me Tom Brady.
Tom Brady doesn't have to run
436 yards when you're just past the halfway point.
Tom Brady doesn't have to run to be an elite quarterback, Chris. Is that what you don't understand? Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time.
The thing of the current NFL, you can be elite with not having the best passer rating if you can pick up the yard in a different way.
Okay, Chris, tell me this.
To turn around and throw the ball out of bounds if his receiver isn't open. If it's 3rd down and 10, no, let me finish. If it's 3rd down and 10 and we have no receivers open, Cam can run for the first down because he can physically run people over. And that's what makes him elite. He can run people over. He can complete passes. He is literally, he's what you want in Madden. He can run, he can pass. He's the quarterback you want.
All right, well.
But, all right, now, I want to get this one thing off.
Last word,
All right,
last
Chris,
word.
Chris, besides Cam Newton, quote unquote, tell me an elite quarterback that is a runner in the NFL right now.
Right now?
Yes,
How about Aaron Rodgers?
I wouldn't say he's runs.
For his mobility game. He may not run.
I believe that Russell Wilson is an elite quarterback, and he runs.
Oh, no, man. Kaepernick's almost elite.
God. Jesus Christ. All right, guys. That's enough. So we're going to move on to our NFL Week 12 predictions. This was really fun about the Cam Newton elite debate. We'll do some more debates in the future. Don't worry. Do not worry.
Pick this up, guys. Let's speed this along.
All right, NFL Week 12 predictions. This is going to be pretty fun to do. The really home stretch of this video, we've got the Vikings and the Lions as the first Thanksgiving Day game. We're playing at Detroit, and I take the Minnesota Vikings. I think they march on.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there, Brian. I mean, Case Keenum, he's something. Now, I don't believe the Vikings will re-sign him this year. I think they're just going to try Teddy Bridgewater. But, I mean, you got to see you just got to take what he gives you.
Right.
This year. And just Vikings defenses, man, that's unstoppable. I mean, they're playing indoors, so, I mean, that's not going to affect them. So, yeah, I'm picking the Vikings this one.
Who you got, Chris?
Upset of the week. The Detroit Lions will have a victory over the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota will be feeling unstoppable coming off of that victory over the Rams. Coming in, nobody can stop us. We're the Minnesota Vikings. Matthew Stafford is going to dot the Vikings up, and he will make it look easy, and they will win the game. It will be a very entertaining first game of Thanksgiving, and because UNC tips off at 2:30 against Portland in the PK80 tournament, I won't be able to watch the whole game, but you know what? Lions will win.
Lions win. All right, so second game we got LA Chargers going to Jerry World playing Dallas. Who we got?
You know what, Brian? When I first saw this game, beginning of the year, I was like, why in the world are we playing the Chargers on Thanksgiving Day? Like, this is an easy win for us. But I believe Tyron Smith will play this game, but you know, I don't think Sean Lee will. They haven't said anything about it, but that D-line of the Chargers, man, that's scary. I mean, our D-line is scary too, with DeMarcus Lawrence and David Irving. We're a very underrated defensive line. But I believe Dak Prescott will say, forget about it, and throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and give Cowboys the win.
I don't see that happening. I think the LA Chargers go into Jerry World and they stomp the Cowboys. That's how I see it happening.
I don't see the Cowboys losing 3 straight games. Hate to say it.
I'm going to have to stop both of you there.
Wait, we're going to say it's going to be a tie? Because, I mean, we said 2 different answers.
No.
I think the Cowboys will win, but it won't be a 300-yard game by Dak. I think it'll be a low-scoring affair.
A low-scoring affair. Huh. All right, now we get to the most boring game. There's a nice timely yawn is in there. We got the Giants and the Redskins. Ooh.
Well,
I don't know how I feel about this game. I mean, if any Redskins and Giant fans are listening to this, somehow by the grace of God found this video on the search feed, I don't know. But the Giants and Redskins, I just don't see this game being that very entertaining. The Giants are a very tough team to watch. I mean, they're just not a good team. And Washington bounced back from a heartbreaking loss to my New Orleans Saints. And I think Washington gets the W here at home.
Agreed.
yeah,
Anything, we don't really need to discuss that. Washington's beating New York.
nothing to talk about.
And now we get to the Sunday games. We're just going to go through this list here. We got Buffalo and Kansas City. I got Kansas City winning, actually.
Yep, I have to agree. There's no way they're going to lose another game.
Kansas
Especially
City.
Kansas City. We got Tennessee going to Indianapolis with the home of Jacoby Brissett. I think Tennessee, after a tough loss to Pittsburgh, and they kind of brought the Tennessee Titans back to earth a little bit. I think the Titans are going to come back a little bit stronger and going to show the Indianapolis Colts why they're one of the better teams in the AFC South.
Well, the Titans have been like the Panthers this year. You don't know what team's going to show up.
That's true. That's very
But
true.
the Colts, you know what Jacoby Brissett's going to bring to the table. Now, as long as he doesn't get sacked as many times, because his O-line is straight garbage,
Really is.
I think the Colts will bring out the victory, and Jacoby Brissett will eat the dub, just like Jameis Winston did in the pregame speech.
All right. What about you, Chris?
Titans win a close, high-scoring affair. I'm going to say 35-31.
Wow.
The Titans win.
Score and everything. But now we get to the best game of the week. It's the Cleveland Browns against the Cincinnati Bengals. Who we got, boys?
The Browns will get their first win of the year.
I disagree. I think that the A.J. Green, Andy Dalton combo is still going to be effective against this Cleveland Browns team because Cleveland is literally just finding ways to lose. I mean, if you watch that game against Jacksonville, they literally found a way to lose. So, Cincinnati's winning this one.
Giovanni Bernard gets 100 total yards, 1 touchdown, and the Bengals defeat the Browns.
I don't think he's a starter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think he plays hardly with Joe Mixon on the team.
All right.
It doesn't matter. This is Gio's game.
It's Gio's game, apparently, so make sure you pick...
This is the same weekend that NC State will be playing North Carolina, and those are always the weekends that Giovanni plays his best.
Okay, Chris, you're talking about one game.
Does Giovanni Bernard get, like, some sort of spiritual, like... I don't know, like,
Yes.
what does he get from, like, Carolina playing well? I guess, he just kind of gets in tune with the tides and weather or whatever. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that when this time of year is when Gio plays his best.
Something's in the air, apparently.
Put him back
Help me!
down.
Help me out,
Put him
Brian.
back down.
Help me out.
Uh-huh.
I don't recall any talk about Giovanni Bernard last year at this time. I mean, help me out. I mean, did he? I must be
I'm
losing.
sorry, were we doing the podcast back then for me to talk to you about him?
Oh!
God.
That was a good one. All right, Tampa Bay and Atlanta, they're going to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I got Atlanta beating Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is just, yeah.
This game isn't close.
Atlanta's winning.
Atlanta's running away with this game.
Matty Ice, baby. All right, now we got Jay Cutler's amazing Miami Dolphins. I don't even know if Jay Cutler's going to be starting, but he's playing against the New England Patriots. I think this is a foregone conclusion. Even though the Dolphins like to show up against the Patriots, this isn't a good Dolphins team, and they lose in Foxborough to Tom Brady's Pats.
Mm-hmm. No debate about that.
No debate. No.
Unless you're a major.
No, I mean, I agree with you that Miami shows up against New England, but that's when they're in Miami. When it's in Foxborough, it's very hard to defeat the Patriots, unless you're the Carolina Panthers, who can do it.
And now, the next game, we got 3, 2, 1, the Bills. The Bills. We got the Bills versus the Eagles. Once in a lifetime, Pennsylvania. Carson Wentz is going to obliterate the young upstart Mitch Trubisky's Chicago Bears. And that's sad. I mean, the Chicago Bears, I really am pulling for because, my middle school gym teacher enjoyed the Chicago Bears so much that he wore a hoodie of the Chicago Bears every single day. So I am pulling for the Bears to become a good... Scott Bond, that's the man. We're pulling for him, and we are pulling for the Chicago Bears to become a fantastic squad. But it's not their time yet. So the Eagles win, and they go 10-1.
You know what? Beginning of the year, I told y'all guys that the Bears will be a sleeper. But that was before they decided to put in Mitch Trubisky. Yes, I said Mitch Trubisky. No, Mr. Bust, because he's going to be a bust. That is why. So as long as Mike Glennon's not in there, they will lose every game like they have so far.
They need to bring back Rex Grossman.
God.
All right. So Eagles winning, right? Any debate over that?
No.
Okay.
No,
We got Carolina against New York. Who we got?
Upset of the week. The New York Jets will find a way to beat the Panthers.
I'm pulling for
Chris will be butthurt.
I am pulling for the Jets, but I think the Panthers sneak a victory from the New York Jets.
Panthers hang 40 on the New York Jets.
The 4-6 Jets.
All right, guys, let's get this one really, really fast. These last couple of ones right here. We got New Orleans versus Los Angeles. The Rams and the Saints going to be a very high-scoring affair. Not a 69-68 matchup because they're not in the Dome. They're in the Coliseum. And I think the New Orleans Saints get the W here, much to the chagrin of Chris Major.
It's against my religion to pick the Saints to win. Rams beat the Saints.
Okay.
I'm going to just say a quote that a wise man once told me by Hudson Smith. He said, "You fall down 7 times, you get up 8. And that is what the Rams are going to do next year.
Oh.
Because they're going to fall the 2nd time this year, or 3rd time this year, to the Saints.
Oh.
Well, they already have 3 losses.
Or 4. They're going to fall the 4th time.
They already have 3 losses. Game.
They're going to fall their 4th time to the Saints.
All right.
Well, can I point something out real quick?
Yeah.
Point away.
The Jaguars and the Rams have the same record.
Because the Jaguars are unstoppable.
The Jaguars are playing in a much weaker conference, though.
Blake Bortles.
Agreed.
Blake Bortles.
So, well, apparently Chris is not taking his medicine, so we got to go with Seattle and San Francisco as our next game to segue into that one. I think that Seattle defeats San Francisco, coming off a tough loss against Atlanta with that questionable, I can't remember if it was a field goal or a punt try. I think it was not well done.
Yeah, Blair Walsh, it was a choke.
But Seattle defeats San Francisco. San Francisco's gotten their one win, but that's about it. They might pick up one more, but it's not against Seattle, even at home.
You see, this is where, now, there's always been a trend. Seahawks never play good against the Rams or the Niners. Every year, if you look at the past record or past scores, it's always the lowest scoring game against the Niners. And here's why I believe Chris Bethard will lead the Niners to beat the Seahawks.
Okay. All right. Well,
Carlos, if you're watching this, you should be proud.
Mr. Beachard throws 3 interceptions
Whoa.
in the first half. Gets benched at halftime. Jimmy Garoppolo comes in the game and leads the 49ers to a victory.
My God. So apparently San Francisco is a very popular choice around this time of year.
I'm choosing San Francisco to win.
We got Jacksonville going to Arizona.
That's an easy choice.
Easy choice. Arizona's old. Jacksonville's young. Jacksonville wins.
True, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree completely. Now we got a tough game to watch, guys. It's the Broncos and the Raiders. That's gonna be a tough one to watch.
Oh dear.
Raiders were projected to go 12-4 in the regular season and win the Super Bowl. Where are the Raiders?
Well, I mean, they have a chance to win a division. They do.
Hurricane Katrina stole them. We're gonna find her.
Oh my God.
We're gonna find this terrorist. He stole the Raiders.
They stole the Raiders. They looted the Oakland Raiders. I mean, they are getting stolen away and going to Las Vegas, but that's neither here or there. But I still think Oakland gets the win, even if they are benching Brock Osweiler for this game.
That's gonna be a tough decision.
They're playing in the black hole, if that has anything to do with anything.
Paxton Lynch making his first start, or not first start, but first start of the year. My gut tells me the Broncos, but I just gotta go with the Raiders. They have an experienced quarterback in Derek Carr. He has the cannon of a freaking, I don't even know what. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders this one.
All right. So
Just because Paxton Lynch is starting, I think the Raiders will win.
boom.
Well, let's get Jocelyn's opinion on this. Jocelyn, who's going to win, the Broncos or Raiders?
Oh my God, is she actually here?
Did we agree to this?
I did not agree to come on this call to talk about sports.
You can please leave if you want to. If Chris forced you to pay, if Chris paid you to be on here, I'm very sorry.
She said she had insight that we didn't have.
Well, I mean, you guys are very, very cute. Anyways, we got Green Bay and we got Pittsburgh.
They're a couple, by the way.
They are a couple, by the way, just in case if you two
We are
want
not
to
a couple, by the way.
Okay, you don't have to tell that in front of her face, Chris. Jesus Christ.
No, I'd kick her out of the
call. we got Green Bay and we got Pittsburgh. That's gonna be a rough game to watch. Pittsburgh wins. Any other debates over that? Pittsburgh. Okay. Then we got Monday night. Oh my Jesus Christ. We got Houston.
Excuse me, I didn't even make my Steelers-Packers pick.
Chris, if you pick the Packers, you're blowed.
Brett Hundley throws 4 interceptions.
Steelers win. 4 interceptions. We got Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens.
Rip Monday.
I think that the Houston Texans, Tom Savage goes in there and he actually leads them to a victory. I just see it happening.
Tom Savage will lead the Houston Texans, who are, by the way, I do enjoy watching the Houston Texans. I had an uncle who died from prostate cancer, and that was his favorite team to win. That's the only
Chris is a bandwagon.
So I actually would
That's
love
his AFC team.
Houston Texans win.
So,
they've been through a lot this year. Thought they had their really good quarterback in Deshaun Watson for his ACL. J.J. Watt's been out all year. That team's been through it.
He's out every year.
Horns up.
all right.
See,
So
I'm gonna have to take the Ravens on this one.
Be different. I understand.
Having that momentum, beating Green Bay at Lambeau. I mean, that's a pretty good win, if you ask me, no matter who's the quarterback.
Their offense is too atrocious for me, and I think Houston Texans has a little bit more weapons. So
I think that Joe Flacco, Jeremy Maclin combo is really nice. Because Jeremy Maclin, he gives you some yards.
He's a good player. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been keeping up with him lately. He's been doing really good. But I just don't think Tom Savage is at his high standard yet. Once week 16 or 17 comes around, oh yeah, he'll be throwing 400 yards a game.
Well, if they put TJ Yates in, then the Texans are making the playoffs. That's all I got to say. But either way, that's going to wrap it up here.
Is that all we have for tonight?
That is going to wrap it up here for Under Pressure. It was a very long episode, guys. We're working out the kinks and everything that's kind of wrong. We're going to come back. We're going to improve on this little idea Under Pressure. The editing is going to be better. The quality is going to be better. And we might have an in-house instead of being it over the phone. We might do it in a different location each time and in a different studio, as you would say. And
we might even have more guests.
And we might have more guests that won't be Jocelyn. How about that?
Bold prediction, guys, before we leave. My bold prediction before we leave.
Okay.
Tom Brady will win the Super Bowl for the Patriots, and him and Bill Belichick will retire, and then the Patriots will re-sign Jimmy G.
Wow.
Just saying.
So, they both go out together,
Yes, right in the sunset.
In the sunset. Holding hands or no?
I mean, they could be.
It could be. Okay. All right. Fair enough, guys.
Could be.
That's going to wrap it up. Like I said, NFL Week 12 predictions are in the book. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave comments.
I enjoyed it. You too, guys.
I enjoyed it as well. Let's please leave comments for us and tell us some ways we can improve on it and what you guys liked about it. Even give us some of your thoughts and predictions on the topics that we discussed in said video. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up here. Leave a like if you like this video. If you didn't like it, then throw a dislike on that. Until then, I'm BK. Who else we got in this call?
I'm Cam.
I'm Major. Are the Rams?
And together, we are Brick Squad.
Brick Squad.
Bricks.
See you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.
God help us all.